Since I'm seen as an expert on SARMs, research, chemicals, and biohacking, I get asked a lot how to get taller. And I'm asked this usually by adults who have already finished growing.
Really?
And they ask me, does MK677, which is an oral secretagogue that causes your body to release a huge amount of growth hormone, a similar amount as when you were growing and you were getting taller, and does that actually make you taller if you've already finished growing? The answer is no. I know that because I've taken it and I've supervised so many research subjects taking it, and none of us have gotten taller. Now our hands might get bigger and our feet might get bigger, but we don't actually get taller.
Yeah.
But there is actually surgery that can make you taller. And this is something that people have also asked me about. They want to know if this is real, if this is a joke. So I did a little looking. Anybody can do this looking on the internet. But I pulled up a couple things that I thought were interesting. Like this guy's talking about how it's actually breaking the bone and then lengthening it. Look at this. They actually break the bone and then they're going to put a rod in there and they're going to slowly separate the bone and the new bone's going to basically grow in there. This is actually a procedure they actually do.
Wait, but like with the MK677, you said you have mostly adults who want to grow taller. You don't get like 16-year-old like high school kids
or like 6-year-olds.
It's always like the young like kids on Reddit always asking like, oh, like they're so concerned about growing taller, right? Like they're super insecure about it, right?
Let's turn this guy off. This guy's a wimp.
He's
Look at
a
this
total
guy.
little bitch.
This guy has no fucking muscle mass.
Yeah.
Look at that head. He's got to grow into that head, dude.
You know,
This guy
he says on this video that he's actually very short too. And he says it in a way like short people would definitely be interested in this because all short people want to be taller. Is that true? I'm normal height. I'm
question.
5'10". Do like if all short people could push a button to be taller, would they?
This guy needs more muscle.
I appreciate being like 6 feet now, but before, like, cause I'm like always been like a pretty lanky guy. And I'd look at shorter guys who would bodybuild and they weigh like way less than me and they look jacked. Like, you know what I mean? Like a guy who's like, I don't know, 5'5" or something. And he's like 180 pounds. Like he looks totally yoked. But like, does that outweigh the benefits of being taller?
But Cody, you're all about getting chicks, right? Like you're all about the chicks.
It's all about the chicks.
Well, like here's a bodybuilder that's extremely short, Sean Clarita. I mean, if you see him in person, it's like he's crazy short. You never guess by looking at him on the stage.
No,
right?
yeah, you can't tell. He just looks like a normal.
But he looks amazing. Like the muscles look incredible. Like they're exploding from every angle.
But is he so
That's a
short?
huge advantage in bodybuilding to be short.
Is he so short where you could just like beat the crap out of him kind of thing? Right? Like he looks really big from here.
With all these celebrity fights, this would be an interesting one. Sean Clarita.
No, like
straight Cody versus Sean Clarita.
He looks really big here, like on the screen, but I guarantee you in person I'd beat the living shit out of that guy. So what's his name? John Carina? Listen, pal.
Yeah, you think you look big on that stage? You step up to straight Cody.
Me, yeah. Tell you what, bud, you got another thing coming, pal.
So he's how many meters? He's 1.57 meters.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means in feet.
Oh,
1.57
he's 5'1".
meters is how many feet?
I think he's 5'1".
So Siri says 5.15 feet.
Okay, that's pretty short.
Yeah.
But how tall is Lee Priest? Lee Priest, by the way, is like my favorite bodybuilder. I think he has the coolest look of all time. But would I rather look like him than be tall?
1.63 meters.
Is that shorter than the last dude?
He's not that short. I've been in person with him, unless he's wearing the little stilts in his shoes. Speaking of which, remember our friend Brad Holiday?
Yes.
The pickup artist.
Uh-huh.
He wears boosters in his shoes, make him like 2 inches taller.
Do you know what happened to that guy?
Yep, he's in prison.
No, he's out. He's out.
No, he was in prison, then he got out, and then he went back in.
How recently did he go back in?
Like a week and a half ago.
Oh man, that's rough.
He's going to go in for years.
That's rough.
Just because he was at the Capitol, you know, during the Donald Trump situation and like they blamed Donald Trump on causing people to go to the Capitol to try to overthrow the Capitol, and so Brad Holiday was semi connected to this in some small way. I don't go to all the details, but it landed him in. They sentenced him to like 5 years in prison.
Yeah.
Long story short, that guy was like obsessed. He had stilts in his shoes. His dick was, he wouldn't have sex unless he used the penis pump to make his dick artificially bigger.
So he was like extremely insecure. Or do you think
it's not insecure? It's like he knows game. He knows game, and he knows what it takes to win with women.
So
and he
it's
was
just
good
like
with women,
being the best possible.
This guy is actually
dating coach charged in Capitol riot gets prison term. See, Samuel Fisher, that was his real name.
So
he was short, and he said that it absolutely makes a difference in dating to be taller. Significantly. Okay. So he boosted his shoes by 2 inches, and he said it's not just about confidence; it's also that women just want a taller guy. Yeah. I don't know. I don't experience this.
Like he was short, and he also wasn't very good looking, but he would consistently have really hot chicks. Like he would consistently get with really hot chicks. Straight up, because he would just approach them like he had no fear.
He would always talk about, he's like, I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that, no women want me, so I had to get really good at game. I had to do the penis pump, I had to figure out how to change my look, I had to make myself taller. And by doing all that and getting really good at it, he was able to coach other people. So he became a really good dating coach. And I went to New York, and I spent a day tailing him, following him around, watching him pick up on women, and it was magical.
Yeah,
it's very interesting.
I spent months with him doing that, and it was a really crazy learning experience. I definitely wasn't scared of chicks after that. I mean,
is it the kind of thing
walks right up to them?
Is it the kind of thing where it's like numbers for him, where he'll go and get rejected a bunch and then eventually get something, or is he like really good in the sense that like he can just sense who's gonna like him, or does he just like go and like wing it kind of thing? Like,
well, I mean, I wouldn't say that it was like that. It's like it is a numbers game. Not all the girls are gonna like you, but he was much more charismatic than a guy who didn't know what he was doing. Like he was completely comfortable walking up to a random chick and like starting a conversation and showing her that he's interested in her and asking her out. Like there's like multiple different phases of that like the average guy just couldn't do because they would be too awkward and shy to do it.
So if you're a short guy, then like being charming and confident can make a difference.
So have you guys ever heard about the black pill?
Yeah. Yes.
You know about that, Cody?
Yeah, of course.
Tony, you don't really know much about that, do you?
I'm a red pill guy. I haven't graduated to the black pill, I guess. The black pill means like you're separating yourself from, like you've
given up.
You've detached from either.
Yeah, you've taken yourself out of the dating pool.
Because you think you're too ugly, though. That's they're all about looks. So they think that there's a certain threshold of looks that a man has to have for him to get any attention from women. Mm-hmm. And if he's below that threshold, then he gets no attention from women at all. And a lot of them are below that threshold, so they don't even bother trying. And a lot of that has to do with height.
So these studies I'm putting on the screen simply say that women prefer like 96% of women want the man to be taller than them. Like it's important to them.
96%.
Is that like taller?
But it's
than
not
them,
hard.
Or
it's not hard taller than them.
Because I always because I always see on
Tinder, it's not hard to be
6
taller
feet.
than the woman usually.
Yeah, no,
well,
especially
women
in
are
Thailand or Asia or whatever. But
so this is what I'm all about, guys. Geomaxing. Like if you're thinking about breaking your own legs and then regrowing them so you're an inch or two taller, that will never matter if you're in Thailand. Like in Thailand, doesn't matter if you're an inch or two taller at all. I don't think girls would care at all.
There's a lot of really short.
You want to go to the
girls
countries where they're deprived of nutrients through their puberty. You know, when they can't actually fully develop and they end up shorter because they didn't have enough calories and nutrients growing up.
So could you?
Philippines is another good one.
Really poor countries.
Poor countries.
So if you want to get with a lot of chicks, you can actually pull up like the poverty. Like Tony, pull up like the malnutrition and poverty stats of the world, and we can figure out the best countries.
Do you think like maybe
interesting.
somewhere in Africa or something like that?
I think what's
I
more
bet-
interesting is that I like to be taller than the woman. I like a woman a lot shorter than me. I'm
Same.
nervous because I don't want these women to cut their shins and make themselves taller,
Oh,
and then like
Yeah,
I'm
wait.
less tall compared to them
yeah.
because I have a phone full of pictures of dudes because a lot of guys send me pictures of their physique. So that's
Is
it's
that
not-
why? That's the reason why?
I'm straight.
It's
I'm
not
just as
'cause
straight as
you're-
you straight.
Okay. Yeah.
But like I'm trying to go through all these
No,
pictures of
Cody
guys
is
to find a
definitely
picture of a
straighter
girl.
than you.
I'm 100% straight.
Yeah, Cody's definitely straighter.
But I have a midget girlfriend, and she's 4 feet tall. I think she's maybe a little less than 4 feet. Maybe like she's a little bit under 4 feet. I think.
she's
Well, it's-
pretty short.
This is me
I've
standing
seen
up
her in
straight and
real
her
life.
standing up straight.
It's
Yeah.
funny because someone was trying to set me up with their friend, and they're like, "Yeah, she's pretty, she's tall." As soon as she said that, I was like, "Ugh,
You don't like tall girls, Cody?
no, not really."
So
Because
actually
like if a
midget.
girl's small, it makes me feel like more of a man. You know what I
It
mean?
makes you feel straighter.
Yeah, it affirms my sexuality.
Uh huh.
Yeah, because I feel more masculine, right?
If a girl's too tall, you start to feel gay.
Gay. Yeah.
How tall does a girl have to be before you
Taller
feel
than me.
gay? Oh, taller than
Same
you?
same height or taller.
And
yeah.
that's gay.
Well, not saying that he's gay, but it's just like
there's straight Cody next to my girlfriend. Eh? That's my midget girl.
oh yeah.
So just
Let's see how
straight
tall she
Cody
is.
is the tallest out of us three. So he's
I am?
like the mega Chad of the group. How tall are you?
I'm just 6 feet. Just the standard 6 feet.
6 feet. So
Yes.
that's like Chad height.
So you don't know what it's like to be short, like you can't, right? I mean, it's hard for you to relate, just like it's hard. Yeah, it's hard for me to relate to being shorter. But let's say because based on Brad, this was a great case example that it makes a
But
significant.
Brad was only like
difference.
5'8". You know, it could even go way worse than that.
So they can add 6 centimeters to the upper part of the leg and 6 centimeters to the lower part of the
Wow,
leg.
that's
pretty
considerable.
significant.
That's very considerable. 6
So basically, your
centimeters.
upper body would still be short, and your legs would be really long.
Dude, I actually need that because my upper body is like 70% of my body. My legs
Yeah.
are extremely short.
Dude, my legs are too long. Like maybe I could get mine shortened and they'll look more jacked. Right?
Oh yeah, that
Here,
might be the
let's
thing.
Yeah, then I'll be like Lee Priest, like my bodybuilding idol. Which, by the way, it said he was like 4 feet tall or something, right?
Here.
And that's the thing. Did Lee Priest get hot chicks? 'Cause if he's a short guy and he got jacked as fuck, did he get hot chicks?
Well, that's why a lot of guys who are short get muscles or try to be more successful or make up for it in other ways, which
And
is fine. Like
Yeah,
to get chicks, just like Napoleon Dynamite said, you just got to have one skill.
right.
You know, he was practicing jumping, making jumps on his bicycle and all
Let's
that nunchuck skills.
A
So
lo-
you can make up for it by getting jacked.
What a lot of these red pill and black pill guys say though, that's like the thing is they're like obsessed with getting what they call genuine burning desire from a woman. So basically what they're talking about is the fact that like the chick really likes you and thinks you're a hot guy. She doesn't just like you because you're rich or whatever, or because
Yeah.
you're good at something. So that's what they're looking for. And they're concerned that they'll never be able to get that feeling from a woman where she just biologically on a deep animalistic level wants
Where
them.
she's just dripping
Yeah,
wet.
where she's just dripping wet at the sight of them.
Hmm.
Like, does any woman feel that way about a guy who's 5'4", or will he always be a second choice, or will he always be just like a like, oh, okay, this guy's cool because he's rich and he buys me things, right? Like, will a guy who's 5'4" ever get that genuine Cody, Chad, straight desire from a woman?
Well, if it's Lee Priest, right?
I mean, we're gonna have to ask Lee Priest.
Yeah, okay, because like I'm trying to look it up. Did Lee Priest date hot chicks? And I'm trying to. I think I'm getting into some
I've
like.
never seen him with a girl, but that doesn't mean. I mean, he's probably married
how
or
tall?
something.
How
right?
tall is
No,
he?
he's
Like,
not
what is that?
married. He had like a girlfriend back in. I remember he had a girlfriend.
Look, he's
Some
not with. There's no
bodybuilder.
pictures of him with chicks.
He had some bodybuilder girlfriend.
Oh.
Well, type in wife or girlfriend, ex-wife.
Imposing.
That was
Okay,
with his
Lee
mom.
Priest.
That's it.
He was
Girlfriend.
posing with his mom.
Girlfriend. He's coming to Thailand. I think
There
I
you
heard.
go.
Oh yeah,
Bart at Muscle Factory says he's going to come here in a couple months,
cool.
and so we will rage with him. Okay,
Oh.
if he is married, then his
It
wife's
looks like he's-
definitely not going to let him hang out with us, though.
It looks like he married a hot chick.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Do you
That's
think?
the chick?
Do you think she's taller than him?
It's hard not to be because he's 4 feet tall.
How tall is he actually?
We looked it up, but didn't sound right to me.
Lee Priest.
I think he's like 5'3", right, or 5'5".
Why is it in meters? Is it because
So-
I'm in Thailand?
Yeah.
So
that's-
remember, this surgery is
Just
only
put to
$5,000
inches.
in India, $80,000 in the U.S., $5,000 in India.
Yeah, but in India they might like freaking break your leg and then you don't get it back.
I don't. Do you think medical services are less quality just because they charge less? I don't think so.
Well, not because they charge less, but I think they are less. I think America has the highest quality. If you pay $80,000 for something and it's not high quality, you're going to sue the fucking
yeah,
balls
you have
off
the
of
ability
them.
to sue.
That's such a
So-
large difference, though. Like,
Yeah.
I would go. I don't know about my legs, but like a hair transplant, I would go to India, or
Mhm.
like
Well, it depends. Like, for example, with the hair, Turkey is famous for doing a really good job
Turkey,
for not
right.
a lot of money. But it depends. Like, I feel like if you get a hair transplant in Thailand, that's not really famous for that. Yeah, it's going to be cheaper than the U.S., but it actually might suck. Whereas if you get in the U.S., like, if you get surgery in the U.S., like cosmetic surgery, like, it's going to be fucking good. You're going to pay
Yeah.
top dollar, but it's going to be good.
But
this one sounds hardcore.
But about medical treatments and services in the U.S., there's not as many available. Like the U.S. is way behind because FDA approval takes so long. So like this is the type of surgery that yes, okay, now it's available in the U.S., but this same surgery has probably been available in lots of other countries for a
Oh,
really
yeah.
long
Well,
time.
it was the same thing as stem cells in Mexico, right? They've been
Mhm.
fucking around there for like people would fly down there. Have you ever flown down to Mexico to do stem cell stuff?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And my good example is my uncle had the laser eye surgery 30 years ago, and that was way before it was available
In
in
Mexico?
the U.S. Yeah.
Oh, what did you experience from stem cell therapy? Like, did you waste of money, or did you feel anything? Or was
I
it-
think it's a good investment, but I just think there's so many less expensive things that could be done first. It's kind of like, do the less expensive things that are equally effective and then add the stem cells on top, like
Right.
methylene blue, 5-amino-1-MQ, MOTS-C, Epidolon. Like
Mm.
all of these are extremely effective anti-aging treatments that are really cheap. They're peptides. And use these first, and then use the stem cells after we've already gone through the peptides anti-aging protocols.
So when you do like anti-aging stuff, like is it something like you actually notice, like like I have more energy, or is it more just like preventative of like more severe aging?
Some people say it depends how old you are. Like the older you are, the better you're going to feel by doing anti-aging things.
Yeah.
At a younger age, it's more about prevention. Like if you're really young, you wouldn't feel anything for doing anti-aging stuff, but you would just not age in the first place.
Yeah.
Which that's what I prefer to do. I wish I started earlier. Now I'm doing it, and I have to say I feel really good. I feel really great. I don't feel much difference 39 as I did when I was 25.
I see.
So-
Okay. Well, that's good. Do you guys know about this like Dr. Gundry guy? He's
Hmm.
like this longevity guy. And he's like he always talks about lectins and stuff like that,
Like
Oh.
chickpeas and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
but
Like a-
I don't know why this guy just annoys me. He's a
Doctor-
longevity Dr.
Sounds like he
Gundry.
fucking smells like farts.
Dude, well,
He's talking
yeah,
about
just look at the
lectins.
guy.
Wait, I think that might not be lectins.
But
I
look
could
at
be
this guy.
totally
He
wrong.
looks like such a little bitch. Like, why would you ever want to listen to this guy? Like, okay, live longer, but look like a bitch?
I don't know. It
I
looks
don't know.
clean. I mean, that's the tough part is
This
all the
guy is
anti-aging
pussy.
experts to me,
Yeah.
they
He's a
don't look
total
like
pussy.
or act like I want to be when I'm older.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why Dr. Tony Huge needs to get into the anti-aging.
I'd
so
rather
we can
die
make it
before
cool.
looking like this guy.
I think he looks healthy. He looks like a normal guy, like
Don't
Yeah,
you think he
like a
looks
normal,
wimpy, though?
healthy guy.
He looks wimpy, doesn't he?
wimpy.
There
Yeah,
needs to be
wimpy.
an anti-aging guy though.
But
that's part of
80 years
anti-aging.
old. But
I-
there has to be like a guy
Being
who's
wimpy
80
is
years
part of
old
it.
who's like
I-
fucking jacked. and
I'd
he's
rather
like,
be
yeah.
5 feet tall than look like this guy.
Wait a second.
All
I
right,
thought he
let's
was
step
tall,
maybe
but look,
this-
he looks really short.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Well, being
no.
short. Well, actually, being short is
Wait a
makes you
second.
live longer.
What's going on?
Is
He's
that
way
true?
shorter than this guy?
yes,
but
shorter
he's-
people live longer.
Really?
Yeah, you ever hear that saying like big dogs die first or some shit like that? Bigger dogs die faster. Big dog.
All right. So would you guys get the
Big
leg
dogs
surgery to
die
make yourselves
hard.
taller?
I wouldn't because I'm 6 feet.
Yeah, I would because I'm 5'11" and it's ruining my life. If I was just 6 feet, I would be so much cooler.
Wait, there's a supplement that says it makes you taller.
You guys want to?
And-
You guys
I'm
want to hear
right
about
away. I'm just thinking like that's
Well, remember, as when you're
height factor
after you're done growing,
Oh,
you
man.
don't get taller. So this is a bunch of supplements.
This is just-
vitamin,
this is a
take
multivitamin.
vitamin A.
It's
to
a
make
vitamin.
you
It's a
taller.
multivitamin.
This is a
fuck.
fucking
You can sell
scam.
anything. What do you have to say about that, Tony?
Man.
I mean,
you can just put anything in a bottle and sell it.
Dude, anybody who
Height factor.
honestly, bro, if you buy this, you're a fucking dumbass. You deserve to give them
Yeah,
your money. You're dumb
yeah.
as hell.
Yeah.
You literally are missing brain cells. You
Yeah.
can read what's on the back. It's not even a proprietary formula. Like, how are you going to sit there and think vitamin A is going to make you taller?
Yeah.
Man.
So
but okay,
We should make
but
a
what
height
does work-
supplement for enhanced dad.
Well,
weight.
MK677 definitely would make someone taller who's not finished growing yet.
up until 18
Yeah, but
years
I
old.
wouldn't
right?
recommend.
And it's actually, I
but
think
let's
that's
not
actually,
recommend that minors take MK677.
Okay, so if you're
please,
7 to 8 years old,
please do
take it-
not take MK677 if
Oh,
you're
yeah,
under
that's
18
right,
years
yeah.
old. Like that's
do not,
cool.
especially if you want to be a Chad and grow taller, do
Don't.
not take it.
Don't.
Height is largely determined by genetics, and most people will not grow taller after the age of 18. Most people, but some people may not be finishing
Yeah.
right.
You
obviously.
guys want to hear my biggest height roast ever that just destroyed me?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So I'm from New York, right? And in New York, the odd time you'll meet up with a chick who's like legit a model because there's a lot of models in New York. So I met up with this girl who was like literally a model. She was so hot, it was like mind-boggling. And so I meet up with her at this like co-working space that I was working at, and we were just like whatever, got pretty hot and heavy. And then we stood up like, and we're standing next to each other, and she was like, "You wrote on your profile that you're 6 feet." And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "You're not." Because she was 5'11". And she was like,
Oh.
"You're not 6 feet tall. You're probably like 5'10". And I was like, "Fuck." I was like, "No, I'm 5'11". And she was like, "No, I'm 5'11 and I'm taller than you."
So
And I
you
was
got
like-
caught lying that 1 extra inch.
She fucking took me to
Oh.
town for it because she knew I wasn't. Because these 5'3" girls, like I say, I'm 6 feet, though they don't even know the fucking difference. But this girl could clearly see that I was, and I'm 5'11", but I'm like a short 5'11".
So you didn't get to go home with her?
No,
Oh, did that hurt?
I just went home wishing I was 6 fucking feet. But what could you do? You know what I mean? I was like, damn. If I was just an inch taller, I would have fucked this model. But but because I'm not, I didn't.
Wow.
Straight up. Like,
Yeah,
that's why.
I've had times when I've had a tall girl, and I see the way they look at me, and they wished I was taller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
and
but
then
only
and
if
then I
they're
was
tall though. Like only if they're really tall. Like, this girl's 5'11", so for her to even go out with a guy who's 6 feet is like already like. short for her.
I met a girl one time, and she was really good looking, but she had a giant ass, like giant hips, giant like to where it's like it's really big, right? And like she told me like she doesn't date guys who have like smaller hips than her because it makes her look fat.
Hmm.
So that's probably the same thing as like a taller woman. Like she,
Oh, I've had girls not want to date me because I'm in shape and it makes them feel fat.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah, and my waist is snatched. To follow me on Instagram, 27 inches waist at 230.
so look at this. This is the world's tallest bodybuilder. This is
Oh.
Aaron Reed. He's very tall.
Okay.
See there compared to me. Look at compared to me when I'm next to him. So I traveled the world with Aaron Reed and made a lot of cool videos, and we made some films together in India. And he's in this this movie. This is his body in this movie. What's that movie called of Ryan Reynolds?
Oh, Free Guy.
Yeah, so that's his body in it with Ryan
Oh, okay,
Reynolds' head
yeah.
in it, right?
Yeah.
So his dream was to have an acting career, and it worked out, right?
Oh.
Great. Most bodybuilders dream of that. It never happens. Did
Yeah.
happen for him. So he's so tall, and I got to see how girls reacted to it, and girls really loved him being tall. And I just kept thinking to myself the same thing as when I'm with Joe Aesthetics, which is that thank God there's only one of him, because that way there's always more than one woman around, so I can get the scraps.
What
Like,
about
he attracts
what
the
about
women,
Ken?
and then I
So
grab the
like
scraps.
Joe Aesthetics, Ken, and Aaron Reed, who wins?
Wow, who would
Are
the
we
women
talking about
choose?
the hottest guys
Yeah,
right
the
now, or what?
I think Ken.
guy.
I think Ken actually.
Fuck, Mary, kill. Ken, Aaron Reed.
I've never seen
and Joe Aesthetics.
women react to a man like women react to Ken. It is like something out of a movie.
So we were talking about this on the other podcast that got cut, that we fucked up the audio, but it was a great conversation. So Cody's goal is to be the hottest guy in Pattaya, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he's got not that much competition, but the competition that he does have is really steep, namely Ken. So I was saying that they should actually team up and to make Cody hotter. You want to talk about a little bit about your journey to be the hottest guy in Pattaya, Cody?
Yeah, I just want to be like the sweetest, most beautiful, hottest fuckboy around. Pretty much. That's like my goal. That's the whole reason for doing this mass blast. Well, that, and it's like going to be fun as hell. Actually, the pharmacology is really interesting to me. But actually, that's not the reason for the mass blast. It'll help me get there. The whole reason I work out is just to attract the opposite sex. I don't do it to like feel good about myself, although that is a nice like benefit. That's great. But like the whole, like, I'm not gonna lie, the whole reason I work out is like to be more attractive.
But didn't you say that if you can become the hottest guy in Pattaya and all the chicks dig you, that would affirm finally and prove to everybody that you're straight?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's, yeah.
So why is it so important for you to prove that you're straight and the whole name and everything? I saw people asking in the comments, like, why do you care that people know you're straight?
Well, it's just, you gotta, you just gotta like put it out there, right?
Here's Ken. If there was anybody who would make you question whether you're straight or not, it's Ken. So if you're looking at Ken, you're still feeling really straight, then you're probably straight.
Yeah, I was literally just...
Yeah, I still feel straight, so.
I don't. I was just chilling. Dude, working out with Ken and him being like, yeah, behind you while you're doing the workout, man, you'd be feeling real gay. I was just talking to this girl, and I was like, she was showing me all her hot friends on Instagram and how many followers they have and how they're so hot. And she's like, oh, this girl's so hot, that girl's so hot. I was like, you want to see the hottest fucking person ever? I just pulled up Ken's profile, and she agreed. She was like, he's the hottest guy in Pattaya.
Yeah, so it's a good thing to be friends with him, like I said, because you get the scraps.
Right.
So at the core of this,
I took a lot of these pictures you see right here, especially this one right here. I think that's one.
So
of the
that's
best
how
pictures.
you see him.
Yeah, this is. I told him to pose for this picture right here. I was the photographer. Like I'd rather be filming hot women, but okay, I got
No.
Ken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, here's us in Copenhagen. So we're going to Copenhagen tomorrow. So this picture that I'm highlighting here, that's a place we'll actually be. So now you'll look at it, you'll see it. Oh, stop popping up. See, they're trying to get us to log in, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
Wow. But the real reason why guys are breaking their legs and regrowing them and all this bullshit is, at the end of the day, it's just to be hotter guys.
Yeah.
I mean, they're willing to go through all this. So what other reason? There's no medical reason to be 2 inches taller, right?
Well, that's
So
like,
there are people that have one leg shorter than the other, so they can
Yeah.
even them out. You know, the way they normally even that out is wear shoes. One shoe is thicker sole than the other one. They have like things they inserts they put in their shoe to make one shoe taller.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, yeah, no, it's probably to get chicks.
So look at this comment. When you're 5'11", but she's only interested in guys that are 6 feet. I'm
that's
telling
you.
I've literally experienced this so many times,
Yeah.
and like I feel like that's the fact that got so many upvotes. It's like when you're 5'3", maybe you can accept that you're short, but when you're 5'11", it's like you're not tall, but you are tall though. Like I'm taller than almost everybody, but I'm not 6 feet, and that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
5'11" guys in the chat, throw it up if you're 5'11". But Tony, how do you feel being 5'10"? Like, where do you see that you stand in the hierarchy of people's height?
Also, I think I was taller than 5'10", and I think I have shrunk a little bit. Maybe it's from so many squats and compressing my spine or something. But you do get shorter as you get older,
True.
and it is significant. And you get shorter when you compete in a bodybuilding competition because you get dehydrated too, and that loss of hydration causes you to get shorter. Like, it's significant. So, like, there are things you could do maybe to prevent getting shorter as you get older. Like, maybe instead of worried about getting taller as we get older, let's try to not get shorter by, decompressing the spine, keeping ourselves stretched out, being active, having good posture. I think good posture can make up for being short, right? If you stand up straighter, you look significantly taller.
I got pretty shitty posture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
Do
bad
you guys
posture.
do you guys think I'll be a hotter guy if I have better posture?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because the posture is more of like it signals status on a subconscious level. When people see you hunched over, they think that you don't think that you're the shit when they see you hunched over.
Right.
I think what we need to see is what does it look like with a tall girl and a short guy.
So I have a
Like-
friend who's 5'3" and he's
Yeah.
really into tall girls, and he gets them frequently, and sometimes they're good, decent looking.
It's weird to see though, right?
Yeah, but he is rich though. So if you're tall, if you're short, it really helps if you're rich. He showed me some statistics that showed that like this is a study they did, that like for every inch in height that you have less, how much more money you need.
Interesting.
And it was like, and when you got as low as like 5'4", 5'3", it became like, it was like a multiplier. Like from 5'11" to 5'10", you need, instead of 50K, to be making 80K, right? But by the time you get down to 5'3", you have to be like a multi-millionaire, So it's like, it like multiplies with every additional inch that you're on. That you lost.
So short guys can make up for it by being funny. That's common, right? They can make up for it by becoming muscular.
Yeah.
They could go after girls that don't care about height so much, which is 4%, according to what.
Oh,
The
Well, maybe in
statistic
the
we
U.S.,
said,
but in
there's still
Asia, I would
4%.
say it's probably like 50%.
US
They
is
can geographically
brutal.
move to an area that has shorter women,
Yes.
namely places that have poverty. So that's why we could bring up the world poverty map.
Oh yeah, let's see like if
Also known as the fucking chicks hunting map.
What do you call
Dude,
it? Geohacking?
You gotta
said?
geomaxing.
Geomaxing.
You gotta cross-reference the poverty map with the big titties map, and now you know exactly where you need to go.
well, if things ever go to shit in Thailand, then we can go. We'll figure out where to go next.
Ooh,
Is
Philippines not
Thailand a
bad.
poverty country? I just don't see
I don't-
it.
See,
Thailand
that
has
either.
more money than the U.S.
Philippines
Yeah.
kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah,
I feel
Philippines,
like there's
heard, is
poverty in the
destitute.
Because like when I was there, I saw some.
So let's
shit.
check it out. Let's see. Is Thailand? I don't know. What is poverty?
Global poverty, and Thailand is, it's really small on the map. Let's zoom in.
There's a lot of people in Thailand with a lot of money.
This is Thailand, right?
What are the
Thailand,
gray countries?
it's a
That is
peach
Thailand.
color.
That is Thailand.
That is
yes.
Thailand.
Peach color.
My man's been living in for 3 years.
Okay,
and
here's the difference though. It's the percent of population with less than $1.90 a day. But the thing is, people in Thailand could potentially live a decent quality life on that, based on the climate, based on the beautiful surroundings,
Yeah, I live
based
on-
on family and
get-
friends.
Get this. In Thailand, 6.2% of the population lives below the national poverty line.
Oh, that's pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't feel like Thailand is a real poverty country. Just because wages are low and a lot of people don't make a lot of money doesn't mean they don't have a quality of life.
Yeah.
There's no freaking poverty here, dude. Compared to the U.S., I see like how many homeless people are there. There's almost none.
Very few.
So what is poverty?
Yeah, there's a
You
lot
know
more
what I mean?
homeless
Like,
people in the U.S.
You
than
have a
Thailand.
home, you
Yeah.
have food, you have your mental stability. and
There's
your
more
family.
poverty in U.S. than there is in Thailand,
Dude,
as far as what I've
come
seen.
on. More
Yeah.
poverty in the U.S. U.S. is fucking poverty stricken. The U.S. is disgusting. Go to any U.S. city and it's just littered with just bums.
Yeah,
you will
that's
never
true.
see that in
I've
Thailand.
never seen this in Thailand.
You see like two homeless people walking through Bangkok for like an hour. You'll see like two homeless people and everyone's giving them money. But like in the US, it's just like millions of homeless people and just poverty. It's the worst country in the world. I've never seen so much poverty in my life.
Did you see that
I
a
was
lot in New York?
Oh, New York? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, New York is hell.
It's like it's basically like you live in poverty.
San Francisco's is the worst though.
San Francisco is ridiculous.
And hasn't like LA gone to shit in
Yeah.
that same
Heard,
sense?
Yeah.
Dude, New York is disgusting. I was just talking to one of my friends in New York. Man, they've been killing people on the subway now. Some guy was trying to make a bomb on the subway. But even just going on the subway, every time you go on the subway, there's some homeless, disgustingly smelly man in the cart with you,
Well-
just making your life horrible, shitting right there in the cart. You would never see that on the BTS. Like,
Okay, so now we looked up poverty Thailand. It doesn't look as bad. That's what's funny. Like, this is poverty Thailand. I mean, first of all, they're
Fuck,
just
it
picking through
almost looks
trash,
nice in the little jungle there.
Well,
like-
let's look at what poverty in Thailand does look like.
I mean,
let's-
we've seen it. We see it every day. It's like you
Yeah.
live in a shack. You don't pay
A shack,
taxes. You don't have an AC. You eat food.
but they're still eating farm fresh food,
Yeah.
and they still have a beautiful environment, and they still have friends and family
Look,
and people
they're all
around them
smiling.
that are happy.
all of them are
Yeah.
smiling. Look at
They,
that.
they have a religion and a culture, which is Buddhism, which makes them extremely grateful for what they do have.
Mhm.
And they're very respectful of other people, and they're not trying to like steal from other people. Where in the US, it's like everybody's like fighting over scraps and everybody's aggressive with each other and negative and trying to put each other down. Thailand is the opposite.
because
Everybody's
in
happy.
the US it's like it's a welfare state, but in Thailand if you're in poverty or whatever poverty, you don't have any welfare. You just eat your chicken in your backyard, you don't pay taxes, and you live in a shack.
Mm.
It's old school. You know what I mean? Which is fine. Like people lived like that for millions of years. But the thing about the US is like you can be in poverty, but you still have to be part of this weird system of like taxes, and you have to pay your taxes, and you get welfare, and you have to live in welfare housing in certain communities, and you send your kids certain schools.
It's like the
and
government
it's
is going to interfere with your life no matter what in some way in the US, whereas in Thailand, the government will kind of stay out of your life so you can.
if you're like
Do what
so
you wanna
poor
do.
where you don't have a job, you don't produce any income, all you do is eat chickens from your backyard, like the Thai government isn't going to come demanding you to adhere to their law. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So that's kind of the difference.
All right, do you think that wraps it up for getting taller and getting chicks?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, fuck. Like, man. So in conclusion, like, do short guys like have a chance? Like, are they kind of fucked, or they just have to work a little bit harder?
Well, I think Brad Holiday was the perfect example of that, and he did all of the above. You know,
Okay.
he worked harder. He made himself taller with inserts in his shoes, and he ended up being a master with women.
So,
Skills.
so if I fix my posture, take a bit of growth hormone, insulin, and
Which Brad
maybe
also
whiten
did.
my
He
teeth or
also
something.
did. He took steroids too.
Yeah. Do you
And
think
got
I'll
jacked.
be able to get hot chicks?
Yeah.
You already get hot chicks.
Yeah, that's true.
And you haven't done
Hot-
any of that stuff just because you're 6 feet.
Hotter ones though.
Let's tell.
Like
Let's see.
hotter than Ken. I want to get hotter chicks than Ken gets.
I want to know if the girls you're dating are
Right?
listening to this podcast and you saying that I want hotter chicks than I have right now. I'm going to get a better body so I can get rid of these.
The chicks that
They probably
These
don't
girls I have
understand
now.
English.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The chicks that Cody talks to do not speak English this much.
Be honest with them. Tell them you're with them only until you get a
Until
great
I-
physique and you can get a hotter chick.
Yeah, you're just a stepping stone for me.
That's why I feel like right now, and that's in the U.S. I always felt like, oh, I want hotter chicks, whatever. But in Thailand, if you really have a good physique, you have a little bit of money, and like you're not 50 years old, you can get with some seriously hot chicks.
Whoa, we don't need to bring age into it over here. I mean, that's, the thing is like, okay, you're short. Maybe that's minus points. Maybe soon I'll be old, or I am, and that'll be minus points. But then you make up for it by making more money or learning more funny jokes to tell.
Money
Or maybe
doesn't-
giving more oral sex.
Oh, okay.
Like-
This has to
What
be
else
the
can I
last
do?
point though, because this is really important. Height, okay, that's one thing. But what about penis enlargement? What's more important, being taller or having a bigger dick?
Good
Like,
question.
would you,
It
give up
depends
an
whether
inch
it's
of
the-
your height for an inch on your dick?
It depends whether the type of girl cares more about her status to the community or her own self. So some girls, all they care about is fitting in with the community, in which case taller is better. And some girls, all they care about is themselves and their partner. They don't care what the community thinks. I think that may have something to do with it.
I feel like being tall will open the door, but like having a big dick will keep you there. But I also think, I bet you like a tall, ugly dude with a big dick, like we'll probably be able to get.
A tall, ugly dude with a big dick is a fucking slayer. That's like
Exa-
that is like the best.
Yeah,
That's
because
better
the
than a
woman's
tall, good-looking
because
dude
she's
with a
not
big
too
dick.
intimidated by
Yeah.
like good looks, but he's still got like the security factor of being tall,
Yeah.
and he fucks them like a hot dude.
Damn,
you know?
she's like, damn, this guy's
She's
tall, but he's fucking ugly, but he has a big dick.
Big dick,
Well, that
yeah.
just
I
breaks
thought-
their brain.
I thought it's hard to relate to.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like
I think that's hard to relate to unless I think of it in terms of what a woman would like if she can't have a penis, but like let's say she's not that attractive in the face or something, but she's got huge boobs.
or
Like that would still like I wouldn't be looking at her face. I'd be
Like,
looking at her boobs.
those like giant boobs don't really do it. But I will say like a girl with like an ugly face, but like a smoking hot body. Like
that's a good idea.
That's
yeah.
like because you don't feel too intimidated by her, right? Like sometimes if a girl's like perfect, like it's intimidating, right? It's
and
like,
girls
fuck,
feel the same way
you get
about men.
fucking
I don't-
also
nervous. Like you get all
sometimes. Yeah.
nervous.
I don't
like,
want. I've been working hard to condition that out of me. I think the optimal state is to be able to, because that's a limiting belief that you have in yourself.
Yeah,
You should look in the mirror and be like, I'm a fucking stud. I deserve the hottest chick ever.
right.
So when she does come around, you're not intimidated. You're like, all right, this is for me.
I feel like
You know
that's
what I mean?
easier said than done when you have like beliefs that are like just like embedded in you, right?
I think the only way to defeat those beliefs is just hard fucking work.
I thought you were gonna say hard fucking drugs.
Hard work is taking a lot of
Steroids,
drugs.
Adderall.
I was thinking maybe psychedelics. You got to reprogram your brain.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, you got to do trend.
Okay, that changes the
Trend
equation
will
as
make
well.
you not scared of any fucking chick, dude. You get loaded up on trend. I mean, you might get social anxiety if you're a wimp, which a lot of bodybuilders are.
Yeah, but if I'm on trend, I'd have no interest in women. It's weird to
Really?
me. It's
Oh,
like
really?
it's like they're
Drops
an
the-
inconvenience to me. I think
Yeah.
about like business and mission and getting stuff done. I think it's an amazing nootropic for productivity. Trend.
Trend makes me an amped up fucking fucker banger stud. And a lot of guys
Wow.
on YouTube, I mean, a lot of guys on Google and stuff, they also say that about trend. Like,
Yeah.
it makes me super fucking confident. Like, when
Interesting.
I'm on it, I feel like arrogant, confident, because I look crazy and I feel so like mentally amped.
so I've never taken trend. Do you think it would like lead me to the path of becoming like the hot Chad fuckboy kind of
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
So
Oh,
should we
yeah.
do like an experiment and see like like if I can
Dude, all the fuckboys take trend.
really?
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
take Deca?
No.
Oh no.
Dude, the fuckboys, they make a career on taking trend. It's like
Okay.
the fuckboy drug of the
But
century.
can I because like if you're a fuckboy, you got to have your hair. Can you keep your hair while taking
Tons
trend?
of guys do. It's just a matter of are you Chad or not, you know?
Oh.
Because if you're that dude, if you're that fucking hot guy, you're either gonna keep your hair or you're gonna get fucking huge on the trend and get a hair transplant because
right.
you're a Chad.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
I
the
get
trend
that.
is gonna give you that body.
okay.
Like look up John Skywalker. You guys know that guy? That guy's the
Let's see.
ultimate fuckboy. And
Is he a hot guy or
Oh
what?
yeah, he's a sexy man. Look at him. And
Oh,
all
yeah.
he does
Yeah.
is low dose trend. That's all he
Okay.
does. That's all he's ever done. He just does
He's
like
not like a big guy.
no.
He's
like-
just a
but this is what you want, right?
yeah. Just in like a really straight way, he's just a really sexy hot guy.
But he's also just a hot guy. He's a tall guy. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
all that stuff plays into the factors.
Oh, with
And he's
Frank
got
Yang.
fuckboy hair.
Yeah. You got to get. You know,
I'm
what's
gonna
the-
get fuckboy hair.
You need a mullet. That's the.
I'm not
fuckboy
doing a
hairstyle
mullet.
now.
No
dude. You
way.
could kill a mullet.
no.
Chris Bumstead is doing the mullet.
I'm gonna get hair like John Skywalker. And I'm gonna
He
beat the
is-
crap out of that short bodybuilder after I do it.
I thought you were gonna beat the crap out of the anti-aging doctor.
Oh no, like that's not even fair. That's not even
You're
fair.
gonna beat the
At least with
you
the
know that short bodybuilder is Mr. Olympia,
see, that's the thing. That's a challenge, right?
so you'll be
But the
Mr. Olympia
Dr.
if you beat
Gundry's-
him up.
Exactly. If does that work in the IBA or whatever, the NBA? if you beat up the guy who's got the gold medal, do you get it? Do you get it, Tony? Tony would know, right?
I'm messaging Frank Yang because
Oh,
it's been
Frank
so
Yang.
long since we connected, and man, he is on our same wavelength, guys. If you want to know someone really fun to hang out with,
Yeah,
it's Frank
I've seen
Yang.
some of his videos. He almost seems like kind of crazy.
He is crazy
He's
in the
natty,
same ways
though.
that we're crazy.
Yeah.
There's just no filters at all.
Oh, okay.
It's like
I
it's
like
it's
that.
similar to me. It's similar to me.
I wonder what
it's-
he'd be like. In
It's like the
Thailand.
volume turned up even a little.
But I don't
bit.
like to hang out with natties though.
I feel like he's not natty.
No, he's natty.
Really?
He's natty. Yeah, everybody knows.
He's
He's
extremely shredded,
He's natty.
like dry, shredded.
He's natty, dude. Look at him. He's natty.
Yeah.
This guy is one of the real fucking natties, for sure.
Yeah, they're dry.
That's
Oh,
that's
okay.
the most
Where's
natty
like
shit
I've
ever
seen him
in
like
my
looked
life.
more juiced.
He's not juiced.
It fluctuates a lot because he's
Oh, that's the one,
because
right? You guys
he's
did
natty.
together.
So like he loses his gains. You know, he loses some muscle if he doesn't train. And
Yeah,
eat
like that
enough.
looks natty to me so far. But I thought I saw him one where he was like just
He's
looked
natty,
totally jacked.
man. If they get him on the right angle with the crazy cameras and stuff, of course he'll look jacked. But he's natty.
Right.